Before we start chasing meme coins, before we start trading cryptocurrencies, can you feed your family? Great question to ask right now, okay? Can you keep the lights on? Do you have fuel? And do you have cash? Do you have cash? Guys, check out this one. Lagos, Nigeria banks have collapsed, switching over to a digital currency exchange. No more cash and the people are rioting. No food, no gas, no cash. Coming to a bank near you. Welcome to, well, you know, this guy's going to add his 2 cents. Welcome to the new liberal order. Banks will do bail-ins to protect their assets. It's coming. Well, what do we have reports on, right? I covered this. France is going to be doing a bail-in of depositor savings to fund the building of 6 new nuclear reactors. So this is real. There are bail-ins that are happening in France, which is a first world country. I mean, this isn't Nigeria, right? This isn't Zimbabwe. This is France. And there's tons of people in the streets right now that are protesting the reforms that Macron's trying to do to the retirement age over there, okay? And then now they're floating the idea of doing bail-ins, taking 50 billion worth of depositors' savings right out of their accounts to fund nuclear energy because they're not going to be able to heat the homes, right? They can't afford the energy. And then as you're seeing in this country of Nigeria, the banks have collapsed. They're switching over to a digital currency exchange. No more cash. Now, is that going to happen here? I don't know. But, I mean, we got gas lines in Nevada right now as we speak. We got panic right now as we speak. And that's why we've been talking about having these assets so that you're not having to go out in the rush of people. You're not having to go out and be involved in the panic. To me, having essentials and being able to feed my family is not about an end of the world scenario. It's about any dozens of scenarios that could play out and that are playing out in real time, whether we're talking the United States or we're talking the more extreme examples. Remember, we've covered Argentina, 100% inflation over there, Syria, many countries, Zimbabwe, right? And they're ditching the US dollar, they're ditching and destroying their currencies as they roll over to a new financial system, and people are getting caught up in that reset. And this is what I've long warned about. I do believe that we're positioned perfectly by holding precious metals and by holding digital assets with real utility that will be the DLT infrastructure layers for that new financial system. Once we flip the switch back on and once we get that new economy moving, the internet of value on DLT rolling, that's going to be great. We're positioned accordingly, but are you going to get caught up in this mess? I mean, this is real videos that we're seeing. And then now you're seeing it take place in France as well, the bail-ins. The bail-ins are not a new thing, too, for Europe. And so now we're seeing the United States. The FDIC had that emergency meeting, or I don't know if it was an emergency meeting, but it was a meeting in November that our FDIC had talking about the systemic risks to the financial system right now and how another event is coming. They don't know what it is, when it'll come, but it is going to be coming. And basically the crises of the last 2 years have kind of shown them who's going to get paid out, who's going to get the bailouts, who's going to get the bail-ins, who's going to have funds, and who's going to be locked out. As I got a clip here, a video of them trying to drag ATMs out of the walls in Nigeria. Truly incredible. Let's not get caught up in it. Let's make sure that we're prepared, and you guys already know the deal. If you need precious metals shipped directly to your door, get in touch. It's at my website. If you need to roll over your 401k retirement account, we can do that too. Get in touch with us. We'll get it done. Let's save your wealth. Let's save your 401k, and let's make sure that you have some offline assets or some assets that are, real value, going to be a hedge against inflation, and your government's not going to be able to tell you that you can't use them or you got a limit or you've been a bad boy, I'll just leave it at that. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.